between Hendon and Enfield. I'll run through the teams again. First of all, our visitors Enfield Town, number 1, Joe Wright. Substitutes for Enfield, number 12, Simon Thomas. Number 14, Steve Wales. Number 15, Rob Hilton Bartley. Number 16, Alan Green. And number 17, John Muir.
That's it, come on.
Play Keegan.
Good.
Yes, go on.
Good. 3. Oh,
Keep on in, boys.
Yeah, good one. Good, Zach. Good. That's me. Well done, well done.
Keep working.
I think the passing is better on the six, but there's 2 or 3.
Keep with it.
Go on, get it.
Nine, boys. Keep at them, Hendon.
Hey.
Come on, Hendon.
Hey. That's it, go on, Zach. Well done, Mick. Careful.
Come on tight with them.
Unlucky. Come on. Get in there.
On it.
Okay.
Come on there, Hendon. Good.
Unlucky, well done. Six would be nice. Revenge.
Play Big Dave!
Oh, Nico.
Surely not!
Oh, 20 foot out of the goal. Go on.
Play Big Go on, boys! Surely not, Nico!
Go on, Reece. Bit selfish.
Gotta get them on. Great ball, Dave.
Go on, Sammy. Reece.
Yeah, see you, Reece.
Go on,
Reece.
Unlucky. Come on.
Great Reece. Brilliant Reece.
Go on, Kiss. Nice turn. Go on, Daniel. Nice, come on.
Onside.
Oh. Still on. Go on. Come on, sweetie, well done, Sammy.
Great result. First league win of the season. Thoughts about that one?
I think it was a carry-on performance-wise from Saturday. I did say to the lads before the game that we felt we deserved more than what we got at Tunbridge. It's not an easy place to go, but I thought I'd have been disappointed with a point. To come away with nothing was doubly disappointing. But I think we picked up the baton again today and really took the game to Enfield and was worthy winners. I think the scoreline doesn't flatter us.
But Enfield, of course, one of our bogey teams, so to beat them 3-0 is an incredible result, really.
Yeah, I mean, when they get the penalty at 2-0, I think that does run through your mind because we've been so dominant first half and we should have maybe been more than 2 goals to the good. It's a tricky scoreline. It's hard to sort of praise the team other than sort of tell them that it's still in the balance. But Tom again proved how important he is to the side. Another fantastic save, kept the score at 2 and it gave us the platform then to go on and take the game away from them. So it's a big win against obviously local rivals and as you've just said, a team that we found it difficult to win against.
And talk me through tell me about the hat-trick hero of the night, the returning Nico Muir.
Well, we was disappointed that he went mid-season, but he went for the right reasons. I think there's certain instances which that sort of that leave a sour taste in your mouth. It wasn't the case with Nico. We knew he was going for big bucks. He felt it was progression in terms of a team really pushing for playoffs, and and he'd only been back for 3 or 4 months, so he went without blessing to a degree, but it was always something that we was going to monitor and take a close look at if the travelling got too much. We stayed in very close contact with him. He's still very close with a few of the players, and when we was made aware that he maybe had enough of the travelling to Leiston 3 times a week, we jumped at the chance of getting him back, and I do honestly believe he's the best in the division. I mean, that's a big statement for me with some of the players that are in there, but you know, he's proved, you know, last season and you know, and how he started this year, that he's going to be a big asset to this football club.
And for you as a manager, this is the first time really, I guess, that you've had a squad where a lot of them are under contract, so you know that you've got the players, unless somebody's going to come and buy them, you've got some stability for maybe the first time in many years.
Yeah, I think since we had our playoff final defeat, we've found it really difficult to stabilise the team. It's had a huge turnover of players. I think we've used more players than, you know, maybe I'd used 3 or 4 years prior in last season alone. So it was a demand that I put in my remit with the chairman and the board, that, you know, we needed to do all we could to get some stability in the side. I think there's nothing worse than not knowing on a week-to-week basis who's going to come in and pinch your best players. So we've managed to get 8 or 9 players contracted this year, which will give us a continuity to the selection and to the squad. And, you know, in and around them contract players, we've got some really good players to support them. So I'm as excited about this group of players as I think I've ever been. We've still got 2 or 3 players to come in and complement what we've already got in key areas of the pitch. And as I say, it's a really, you know, attractive looking team, but also one that I think is going to have that little bit of steel required to deal with the, you know, I was going to say the Ryman League there, sorry, the Bostik League.
So great result tonight. You want to start building some momentum, so it's Harlow Town here on Saturday.
Just said that to the boys in the change room. You know, we've had 2 really good performances, 1 disappointing result and 1 very pleasing result. But it's about making sure we're prepared and ready for Thursday, and making sure we build on, you know, our first 3 points of the season.
Nico, hat-trick against Enfield. How do you feel?
Great team performance from the lads. It was after Saturday's performance, we should have got a point in the game at least. Yeah, it's good to score 3 goals at home in the first game.
And of course you've come back to him in this season. So last season we started well, went off to Leicester, come back, first home game. Patrick, talk us through the goals. First one?
Good ball from Dan. Peeled off the defender, good ball, slotted it in. The second one was just a ricochet between everyone. I just hit it, just counter and I hit it. The third goal, the defender got way too tight, I just rolled him, and then scruffy finish, but it's still in.
And Hendon captain Arthur Lee, that third goal was really important because it came 2 minutes after Enfield had a penalty, which was saved.
Yeah, he gave away though.
Yeah, I'll go for it.
And you're rubbish.
Yeah.
Actually, there were no arguments about the penalty.
Yeah, no, mate. Yeah, Tom saved me. But when you're 2-0, it can go either way. The third goal just killed it off. So we've got all ready to lead.
It's good defensive work as well. Good work in the shape a lot, so it's good to make it play.
And I think you were here all of last season, club captain, won every award that was going, and the club only just survived. What's your thoughts this season now, so many of you on a contract? There seems to be more stability in the club.
Yeah, there seems to be a better vibe around the whole change room really. I feel like last season there was 1 in, 1 out for a good period of the whole season. The team couldn't really settle down. A lot of the boys from last year have stayed, and obviously we've had the likes of Leaks, a few others, so we're looking pretty strong.
Okay, and just as a fashion statement, do you want to show us and talk us through some of these tattoos you've got, which are literally everywhere?
Yeah, so this is based on London.
So this is your Winston, so you've got Winston Churchill on this arm,
Yeah,
and what's this here?
Tower Bridge.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got one of the beefeaters.
Why?
Just goes with London.
Okay, and then around your neck?
Yeah, this is not really part of London, this is a bit Japanese.
Japanese?
Yeah.
Okay, and then, I'm not asking someone.
No, that's it. I want up here as well, but that's it. Need to go finish.
Okay, have you got any?
No. Yeah, big Hendon badge on there.
Alright, back to the football. Harrow on Saturday, so we need to build on the momentum. Thoughts on that one?
It'll be a tough game, a very physical side. I know we've got plenty of players and they're a bit physical, but if we play like we played today, we should get a result.